Welcome to Woods and Water Outdoors. I'm Patrick Corcoran. Today for you we're going to tie our root beer jig. It's going to be on a 1/8 ounce chartreuse head. For this, we're going to have our root beer chenille, which has a copper flash to it. We're also going to use copper flash, and we're going to use our predator wrap in clear barred, and also Texas toast and saddle hackle. There's not much left of this bag, but you can also use neck hackle or whatever. It's just what I had laying around. And so if you remember the old tube, I think they called it root beer, I'm not real sure, but had a real heavy copper plastic body, and then a light brownish tannish tail with copper and black flakes in it. So that's where this jig comes from, and what we're trying to accomplish with it. I'm going to use the tobacco brown 210 thread from Danville. This is a good jig combo or presentation for I like using it at lakes that have a lot of rock, because I think this is more of a crawfish color combination. Also, any lakes that you fish where orange works. This is in that family. That's just from my personal experience where I like to pull this jig out. So first thing we did was put the copper flash in, and then we're going to put one of our feathers, and then next we're going to add the predator wrap, so we get those little black specks in there. I'm not going to use just a whole bunch of it. I just want that to show in there, not to dominate it. And then we'll add our next feather, and these feathers were not real full, but that's okay. All right, so, and then finally, we're going to add a little more copper crystal on the back end. I want that on both sides. That's the more dominant presence. If you do not have predator wrap and you do not have the Texas toast feather, which you can get at our online store, there are a couple other materials that a person can use to make this jig with, which is what I used to make it with before I started having these materials around and dyeing that color of feather. And I'll show you what that is here in just a second. But you can also use the mallard flank. It's wood duck, and that has, the little black in it. That does well in this jig as well. You don't have to add the predator wrap then, but you still put the gold flash on both sides of it. And so what I do whenever I want to use the mallard flank, I'm going to cut the tip out like so. And so you have that little tip, but then I'm going to come just like a neck hackle, and I'm going to use a couple V cuts, and then I'll tie that in. And once I get two of these tips, then I'll use just those. And so just another way to do this jig, depending on what materials you have laying around. So this is our root beer imitation, and like I said, I like fishing it in rocky lakes. And then also any lakes where orange and chartreuse, or your orange colors have been well, this one will fall in and do you a good job there too. So give it a try. Let us know what you think. If you have any combinations that you'd like to see, or plastics that you want to see copied, drop us a comment below, and we'll put that on and see what we can do for you. Everybody have a good day.